Okay, so we got a question from Jan about testosterone. He says, "What exactly does high testosterone do for us? What does it benefit for us, and why should we strive for it?" Okay, so this is a very common question for people that do not know anything about testosterone. Well, even for the people that do know what testosterone is, it's a common question because what is it? What the fuck? Why should we even increase it in the first place? That's basically the common question. Before we get into it, if you guys want me to answer your questions and help you guys increase your testosterone so you can be strong as fuck in the gym, hit the first link in the description right now. Okay, let's go. Let's go read some of the comments. Watch a video on sperm count. On that Hamza explains about testosterone. I haven't watched that yet, so maybe I'll watch it and probably go over some of the things that he says. But here, muscle growth, strong bones, libido, motivation, fat distribution, and metabolism, red blood count, cell count production, sperm count. Yeah, this is basically like the Google definition, but yes, testosterone does help with this, right? It really does help with muscle growth because testosterone is a messenger that sends it to the receptors in your muscles saying, okay, let's go build muscles. It helps with your strong bones, even with vitamin D3. Increases your libido like crazy. You get horny as fuck. Honestly, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Motivation, yeah, it like when testosterone goes up, your dopamine also goes up too. Fat distribution and metabolism. Yeah, basically, well, this is also correlated with testosterone. Like when you lose fat, right? You got higher testosterone. You actually start burning more fat, and you also like it wants to keep your body healthy, basically. So that's why the fat distribution and metabolism gets increased. Red blood cell count production, I have no idea. Sperm count, of course. Testosterone is created in your fucking sperm, so the quality of your sperm get well. It's correlated. If in order for your sperm count to be good, your testosterone has to be good. Okay, so by doing the things that increase testosterone, it does things that increase your sperm count. Okay. Um, oh yeah, so there was this long one. Okay, so that was the answer. Okay, so wasn't much of other ones. These are the same thing. Other physiological factors are attraction, assertiveness, respect, fear. These are more of the mental aspects of testosterone. And yes, you know, it does help you. It's like a positive feedback loop. It helps you become more assertive. And when you start being more assertive and start doing what the hell you want to do, you start feeling better about yourself and therefore increasing your testosterone. Okay? And yeah, psychological. Um, I've seen many people with high testosterone too, but don't even look ultra masculine like how Hamza describes it most of the time. You can have deep voice, beard, and muscle, but still have low testosterone. Yeah, so with the with these things, deep voice, beard, muscle, um, well, at least with the deep voice and beard, these things are from the dihydrotestosterone. Let me see if I'm spelling that right. Dihydrotestosterone. Am I saying it's DHT basically? That plays a key role in the sexual development people assigned male at birth. Basically, this is the one that gives you like, uh, it's like the super testosterone. Basically, it makes you have that deeper voice and that beard and stuff like that. And they still have low testosterone. Um, but so you, how do I say this? There's a lot of factors that play into testosterone, right? Like you can have high testosterone, but your body doesn't get the effects of high testosterone because you don't have that much receptors to receive the testosterone. Or you're eating shit that disrupts the androgen receptors that stops you from actually using testosterone basically in your body, and that's why you know you may have like 1,000 some deciliters of testosterone, but if you don't have the testosterone going to its places that it's need to be, it won't be used. It won't be used by your body. So there's that, and there's people. It also goes with the opposite end. So there's people with low testosterone, probably like 300 nanograms a deciliter, but but they're so androgen receptive that those 300 are like being used so like optimally. Like all of those are being sent to the muscles, all of those is being sent to your larynx and saying like, yes, let's get a deeper voice, yes, let's get a beard. So that's why there's people who have deep voice, a beard, and good muscle, even though they have low testosterone. It's because they're so it's on the opposite of the former, what I was talking about earlier, where they could uh, where they're more receptive to testosterone because the androgen receptivity. They're, it's super sensitive. So it really does matter taking care of your androgen receptors. And how do you take care of your androgen receptors? Again, it's the same thing in how you would increase your testosterone. You would stop eating, especially the things that inhibit it. Stop eating the seed oils, the canola oils. Stop being in contact with estrogenic things, especially like the consuming plastic, consuming alcohol, all of those estrogenic shit, okay? Because those things inhibit or disrupt the receptors. I think they're called endocrine disruptors. So they disrupt your hormones and your testosterone. So yeah, that's basically why this happens. They may have low T but high androgen receptivity, and there's people with high T but low androgen receptivity. We really want more androgen receptivity because that's what makes it make testosterone work in the body. Okay, so that's all the comments. I want to go over this one. So that was basically all the testosterone thing. This is more of just a knowledge drop. Okay, so testosterone is produced by the gonads and the latex. So basically saying it's producing it. Nutsack's most. Okay, testosterone is the signature sex hormone of men and is the building block for male development. And it's problem. Testosterone is going down fast. So in this guide, blah blah blah. What would I tell you? Everything to diet. Before we begin, low testosterone will destroy you as a man and makes you weak, docile, passive, and emotional. Yes, seriously. If you want to be strong as fuck, you gotta be increasing your testosterone. Your lifestyle has to be in accordance to increasing testosterone. You want to be a high T young man. Imagine how your life would be if you had doubled the testosterone. You would not be having this weak mentality. You would not be docile, passive, emotional. Okay? Your testosterone levels correlate to the willingness to argue and disagree and debate with your own opinions. I think it's kind of weird, but it's more on: are you able to? Are you doing what you want? Are you living life by what you want? Like, are you thinking, doing, and acting in ways that you want to do it? That's basically authenticity. So, are you living authentically, like doing exact what you want? Because if you are not willing to like go against the narrative, like this is more the psychological thing, you're probably being more submissive than masculine, and masculinity is with testosterone. Okay, so low T affects more than 40% of men today. Testosterone determines a man's health. It powers. This guy has bad grammar. I'm a grammar police, but yes, a man's health. Seriously. So, testosterone is one of the greatest indicators of good health. If you have high T, you have good health. You're getting enough sleep. You're getting enough diet, nutrients, and you're going out socializing and stuff like that. So it is a very good indicator of a man's health. It empowers your motivation, challenging work, seems enjoyable and even fun, energize, health, libido, and sex drive, mental health, muscle growth, bone density, and fertility. All of those get better with increased testosterone. The range of having healthy testosterone is between 270 nanograms to 950 nanograms per deciliter. But studies show that testosterone has been dropping since 1980s by 1% every year or so, but up to the beginning of the 21st. Okay, this is a little bit too long. But yes, see this range is way too big. This is like the average range, right? Because there's so many people on the low end and some awesome people on the high end. For us men, if we want optimal levels of testosterone, we should be aiming to be at the very least the low end 500 nanograms per deciliter of testosterone. 270 is not normal. It's not healthy at all. It's actually not healthy. These are you're doing some shit wrong, or something like that. Okay, and yes, it has been dropping 1% every single year. So that's crazy. Not people don't know. People do not know the effects of testosterone. People do not know that their testosterone is fucking low. Okay, you gotta. I'm hoping I'm bringing awareness that your odds are your testosterone is low, and you need to start doing better. You need to like people be getting like 6 hours of sleep and think that that's fine. You know, people be eating junk food and seed oils and fried food and drinking alcohol regularly, and they think it's fine. Like yeah, some people oh cake is bad, cake is bad. Like you guys don't realize how bad it is. Like specifically how bad it is. It's ruining your testosterone. It's ruining your overall health, your mental clarity. You won't be able to focus. You won't be able to be motivated to do your work. You'll be more lazy. And you a lot of the times it goes down to specificity. Like it's bad, but how so? How is it bad? How in what way is it bad for us? Right? And then when you actually identify like yes, this exact food or this exact thing is why I'm feeling this way. This exact thing is why I'm not strong in the fucking gym. It's because I don't get enough sleep. This exact thing is why I'm not strong in the gym, or I'm not pushing as hard as I can because I'm eating too much plant food. You know what I mean? Like you gotta dial it down into what specifically is messing you the fuck up, and once you do that, you'll be able to eliminate the variables. Okay, so that's a little rant. This means that the healthy range has been lowered. It would have been around 700 to 900 nanograms per deciliter for a healthy adult in the 1950s. Like seriously, honestly, if you just think about it, of course they would have had higher testosterone. Like, my great grandfather would have had higher testosterone than me. Like, if you think about it, like they weren't exposed to they were doing hard shit every day. They were working hard as fuck. They weren't exposed to sitting at home doing nothing. They weren't exposed to these plastics. They weren't exposed to the narrative that vegetable oils and shit like that. They weren't exposed to all of those things. They were actually just out there working, and doing the hard shit, especially when they didn't feel like it. Okay, so let's go on. We also know for the fact, and analyzing skulls 200,000 years ago, compared to modern Homo sapiens, and found out ancestors lived more than 80,000 years ago had exceptionally higher testosterone, probably in the thousands, but they've dropped since in the 1980s. Well, that's actually crazy. I didn't know that. But I would assume, you would assume your primal ancestors, because, okay, for one, they're eating red meat and shit, red meat, eggs and shit. They're probably not. They're not trying to like cut their sleep in half unless there was a predator. But even with a predator, that's like fucking competition, bro. Competition, brother. Like that's competition for me. So they fight that shit off. Odds are they were fucking jacked. So of course this seems so plausible, reasonable. 1,000 nanograms per deciliter. Like my ancestors had 1,000 nanograms per deciliter of testosterone? Of course they did. In terms of testosterone, like serum, testosterone, free testosterone, what does it mean? Yeah, serum, free, bioavailable, total T, they all mean the same thing. All means the overall levels of testosterone. Yeah, so serum is testosterone in the blood, free testosterone, well, free and total is different. Bioavailable, free and bioavailable basically the same, or I think. Bioavailable means your body can use it, right? Total T is like all the testosterone in your body. So free testosterone, you want basic, like technically you want more free testosterone because those are the things that will bind to your androgen receptors. The other testosterone, like the other 90% of testosterone that's total, part of your total, is like it's already bound to, oh yeah, he would put it here, sex binding enzymes called globulin. It's called sex hormone binding globulin. SHBG, sex hormone binding globulin. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's usually bound to those, and yeah, it's just carried around into the bloodstream. So, and then, yeah, this guy freaking went on sentence. I think he copied this from a draft or some shit. But yeah, sex hormone binding globulin is where most of the testosterone is. Like 2% is free testosterone. Well, if I put up mine, I wasn't even 2%. Anyway, well, that's it with this post, guys. That was a little bit knowledge drop from here. So, more of the story. Odds are your testosterone is fucking low. If you feel like shit, if you're not working hard, if you're eating shit, and you're just overall not healthy at all, you probably don't even realize it. You probably don't realize it. I hope this brought you some awareness to realize that your testosterone is low and that you should be increasing it. You should be trying to get at least wait, shit. Let me put my face on full screen. Or not full screen, but you should be at least trying to get like 500 nanograms per deciliter of testosterone. If you have less than that, like how do I check? You go get a blood test, right? Go get a blood test and ask the doctor, I need to get a testosterone check, that type of shit. Because I feel like low symptoms of testosterone. You do that, or you check your own grip strength. When you want your grip strength to be like above 130 nanograms per deciliter on your grip strength, or 130 pounds of pulling strength. Okay, so if you do want to like find out that you do have low testosterone and you do have a freaking weak grip strength, because grip strength is directly correlated with testosterone. Okay, hit the first link in the description right now. Okay, and I'll see you guys later. Deuces.